This is like the FI cavern thingy when I was like, okay, SI experiences, NE spin, and then we have this is what we use to like as furniture in our cavern. So and then we relate better to this cavern than the actual world, because we're always, it's like the cavern is like this rose colored glasses with 50% opacity, so we keep like comparing the world with like how the world should be based on our like sick minds, and it's like, what is happening? A simulacrum? Am I even real?
I guess like NISE, I'm not sure actually, maybe other people in the comments can tell me can confirm if this is accurate or not, but I find that NISE, like our internal mental space, is very visual based. So often I like think of concepts kind of represented as like a visual form and in a way that just intuitively makes sense to me, and then I have to kind of translate it verbally to communicate to other people. But yeah, I think just seeing like every different abstract painting, even though there's no like SI associations because there's nothing actually really, like, I don't know, nothing that we can symbolize, right? Nothing in the real world, right? It's all abstract, but just, yeah, these, I don't know, the shapes and the colors and the way it can all interplay just gives me these different NI ideas, like NI atmosphere, kind of the way we were talking about with authors. That, yeah, I enjoy that. Even though SE is so grounded in physical reality, things like abstract art and like dance, they might not convey something as readily as like something that's more related to like NESI, such as like writing, right? Something kind of language based. Like in that sense, like dancing and painting are kind of more SE real, but yet what you pick up from it, right, is so completely detached and probably personalized to every person. Well, I guess the same thing is with writing, but like with writing, at least everyone reads the same sentences and kind of grasps the same information. But with these SE sort of forms of creativity, it's grounded in reality, but it's not, because we pick up these completely abstract things from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that does make sense. Like performance art, like what what is performance art? But it is like such a physical thing. That's probably one of the most visceral arts. It's like you're just staring into a slice of someone's life, just like, because with a theatrical play, I mean, there's a story, and story, it just seems like such a conceptual thing. That's just an intuition thing. It's not a sensing thing. There's a story, there are symbols, people have picked this set and these costumes for a reason. With performance art, it's like, okay, like everyone's just doing very, very physical things, and you don't really know what anything means, probably don't even mean anything. Yeah, and yeah, I feel like that's such a great example of SE visceral expression. And even though it's so rooted in reality and it's happening right in front of you, everyone will have a completely different understanding. I guess with language and novels, as you were saying, yeah, I guess that just works because humans have this like language system, and they all like, because language is interestingly in E, I guess, in that it doesn't mean anything. Like sounds don't actually mean anything. It's just that we all sat at a round table, hypothetically, and agreed that this sound will mean this thing, and
right.
So it's like pre-agreed upon. So I guess in that sense, we all get the same thing out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like these predetermined associations. So in that sense, it's already kind of SI, but then I'm sure SI users take that to another personal level. Like, yes, it generally means this, but then, oh, look at all these personal things it also means on top of that.
Okay, well, so as like a film person, I definitely have visual imagination. I kind of think that most people have some degree of like visual imagination, and because like everyone I talk to, they're like, oh, I just see everything. Like I have such a vivid imagination. I'm like, yeah, you and everyone else. So I agree that I also see things like visually, but I don't think I think of concepts in a visual representational way. Like if you have this concept, I might immediately like visualize many scenes related to the concept, like movie scenes, pictures, whatever, objects that are related to this concept, but I wouldn't visually represent the concept. Like how you said that when you think of friend circle, you think of like this literal circle where with you at the center, and your close friends are closer in orbit and your acquaintances are further out in orbit. I've never thought of it like that until you said it. Then I like think of it like that, but I don't visually represent concepts. Concepts remind me of objects, which make me think of new concepts.
Right. Yeah, I think even just like figuring out logical things, I often picture it in a visual form. I guess like that friend circle thing, it's maybe less abstract and more kind of like a pictorial diagram that someone might make on like a PowerPoint presentation or something, but sometimes it's like, I don't know, yeah, I see things in kind of just like very abstract shapes, and like, I don't know, maybe certain, yeah, just like the form itself conveys some sort of meaning in terms of what the concept is. And maybe that's why I feel that NI users, especially NI DOMs, can be slow to kind of articulate exactly what they think, because I know sometimes for me, I have to kind of, yeah, I have this like this weird vision in my head of like what I'm trying to.
Nice example of what you were just talking about.
Yeah, I have this like weird visual kind of, or even sometimes visceral feeling of like what I need to express, and then I have to translate it from like that sort of SE realm into like this more SI kind of language thing that, yeah.
Oh, this is so weird. It just makes me feel like I live in a simulacrum. Just like, no, because wow, my mind is exploding right now. No, I'm not even kidding, because we're talking about like how language is SI, and so like if you're an SI person, I can't even imagine how SI DOMs live anymore, because like if you're using SI, you're always relating to your prior memories, but like before we even have any memories, right? When we're like babies, what do we do? Like they teach us how to say mom. So I feel like the word is like already associated with the object at like a primordial level. So right now with the viscerality that you talk about, I can't relate to that at all, which is why I'm like, do I live in the matrix? Like I live in this SI matrix. I'm just like trapped by my own understanding of language, because I associate every new experience with previous experience, which was already related to language. So I don't have to do this translating thing that you do. You're like, reality, world of concept, reality, world of concept. I'm like just in conceptual la la land the entire time, ever since I learned my first few words.
But that's so cool though.
It's not. What?
No, seriously. It's just like you live in this like constant like fiction almost, you know? Where it's like every little thing has like these symbolisms and meanings, and oh, that's so cool.
Let's see, June 25th, when Alex said that Calypso lives in a constant state of fiction, but was not trying to be offensive. It's just like, breaking news, INTJ says INFPs live in total state of fiction.
But no, that's a wonderful thing. I wish I could experience that.